Yeah. Going live?
Yeah, it works.
It works. Welcome to the Black Dragon Tavern. I'm your host, Dante.
And I'm your host, Deacon.
And here we are on Season 2, Episode 2.
Yes.
It's good to be back. We took off a whole lot of weeks in December. Take the holidays and just chill out and, do some fun hobby stuff and watch some other streamers and all kinds of good stuff like that. And
Yep.
last night was our season premiere.
It was, and it went pretty well.
I was pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. We played an RPG last night. We played Dante's game. It's a homebrew RPG that I've been cobbling together over the last 42 years between the rules system and the adventure world. And if you didn't see that, check it out. The VOD's up on our Twitch page.
Is it on YouTube yet?
It is on YouTube. It's
Where
also
can
on...
they find our YouTube link?
Well, it's a hot mess. But they can find the YouTube page if you go into the socials folder there and then hit the socials drop.
I believe it's that one.
Oh, it didn't work. Try to press it again.
Oh, that's the chat
rules.
Yeah, you probably haven't updated the
I did. I just programmed all the buttons in there.
dude on this one.
You can type on the keyboard. You can put exclamation point socials. And that'll drop in like all the fun stuff. Yeah, our YouTube link is a hot mess. It's we don't have a vanity URL because you need like 100 subscribers on your YouTube channel, and we got 11. So
Yep.
Oz goes to 11, like Spinal Tap. Anyway, VOD's up on YouTube. VOD's on the Twitch page here, so check that out. Our socials are in the chat if you want to have a look at us on Instagram or on Twitter, on any of those stuff. Oh, speaking of which, I got a new Twitter account for us too. And I was so irritated because it's like bait and switch. Those fuckers at Twitter bait and switched us. So you know how we got that really crazy handle? It's Tavern_Black.
Mhm.
So at Tavern_Black. Today I typed in the wrong thing and I typed in Black Dragon Tavern. It said that account does not exist. Oh, light bulb goes off. It doesn't exist. How could I not have registered it before? I went and I registered and I got in there. And it says, choose your username. And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? I put in Black Dragon Tavern.
Well, username is different than your handle.
Well, okay, I forgot about that. So I start typing it out. At Black Dragon Tavern. And it was like, has to be 15 characters or less. I'm like, well, that is 15, right on the dot. And it would not let me put in RN, Tavern, ERN. So what I did was I abbreviated it down to TVR. And I kept it, and I thought, I'm going to ask you, what do you think about that later on, but we don't have to make a decision on the channel tonight. Anyway, welcome to the Black Dragon Tavern. We do this every Friday and Saturday from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Central, and this is kind of our original format. We do Fireside Chat for the first hour, and we just talk about gaming news. We talk about all kinds of cool shit that happened to us during the week. Different things, like Deacon's got a really cool thing to talk about. He played a Crusade game today at our favorite local game store.
And I didn't loot well. That's not true.
And then like during the second half of the show, we're going to be doing some work from our Workbench, and I'm pointing over there because it's on the other side of the room and you can't really see it right now, but we got a new camera set up that we're going to try out for the first time.
Awesome.
And we're excited to do that and see how it works out. So we've got some overhead ring lights and some cameras mounted to those, and then we have one centralized camera so you can see our lovely mug shots while we interact with chat and build some models. And what are you going to be working on tonight?
I'm going to be painting some Ultramarines. It's something that I actually have not done in a while. I started my Ultramarines and I was really happy with them, and then I started my Black Templars, and then I started my Orcs. And I
So that whole like, how far into the death card are you? Hint didn't take. So
Death Guard?
Oh, dude, don't make me why I ought it. So he's going to be working on some 40k stuff, and I finished up my Gabos, my Warhammer Fantasy Gabos a couple weeks back on the season. No, it wasn't the season finale.
No, it was
the episode before that. Yeah, because the season finale we did the dry run for the RPG. So tonight I think I'm going to be working on, I don't know, you got me that really cool Ancient Roman set for Christmas.
Going to be assembling those?
Yeah, I'll be assembling those, and It'd be kind of cool, like if we had some like magic way to prime them without brushing. I don't like brush on primer on minis.
No, not at
No,
all.
it just gets too kludgy, you know.
Yeah.
Kludgy. Kludgy. Yeah, it's a crazy word, isn't it? Kludgy.
Yeah.
Yep. But that's that.
If only there was some sort of like brush that used air to.
Yeah. A brush that uses the magic of air.
Well, I
to
can
spit on the miniature.
I can make you this deal. I would prime your miniatures with the airbrush. I can't promise good results because I haven't really practiced with it at all.
I've heard this story before. This sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I'm gonna work on your death guard, and then several weeks later.
Yeah.
Actually, more like several months later.
Huh?
See the little SpongeBob overlay.
Well,
that's what I need. I should put in like a
copyrighted.
Yeah, I know it's copyrighted.
Oh,
we could do our own.
You know what it is, really?
Instead of SpongeBob, it'll be like.
No, I was gonna say it hasn't really been months. It's been like
Absorbent Robert.
Coming up soon. I think it's gonna be 2 years. But you know, we didn't have the full army right away, so.
What full army?
The Death Guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how long it's been since you've started it?
I mean, 2 days, man, yeah.
2 years.
2
days.
Years.
2 years.
Not years. No.
Years. An infinitely long
Absorbent
time ago.
Robert? Absorbent Robert, yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. Hey, XOXO. Good to see ya. It's awesome. So tell me, like I kind of cut you off because I wanted to just sort of like get the other stuff. I do want to get a couple things out of the way before we dive into your story about the Crusade, because I do want to hear about the Crusade. That was a pretty good story you started earlier. I want to give some shout outs to some folks who showed up last night for our season premiere, and this is super awesome. So first of all, our 2 special guests that joined us as players in Dante's game, that's Griffin, that's Deacon's boyfriend Griffin. He's a repeat guest. He's been on the stream several times. If you look at our VODs, you can see him there. Fantastic person. He's just such a pleasure to have on stream. And then really long-time friend of ours, fantastic guy, again, Jeff Preston. And I was really glad that he was able to sit in on the game, and he's going to take part in that regularly. So, and we're going to be doing that, by the way, every other week, every other Friday from 8 p.m. to midnight Central. We'll be running Dante's game, and then you can get more information on that on our About page. But the cool thing happened right before we ended the game, and we're doing post game sort of like wrap up and feedback, and I asked all the players.
Kind of like Session 0 Part 2.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, like, and I've been seeing, like, Lantern Noir does that with his group. He always goes around the table and asks each individual player, what was a highlight for you? What was a low light? What did you like that your character did, in this session? So I kind of did the same thing just to get some feedback, because I usually do that in real life around the table when we're playing games in person. And so, anyway.
You know what my favorite part of that
would be,
real quick? Is we had a stretch for a while where after the games you would ask everybody like what they thought of the game or whatever, and then we would go out to Glass Nickel Pizza at like midnight, and they were still open because they don't close until 2 in the morning, and we would get a pizza and talk about it there.
Yeah,
and that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool. That's like pre-quarantine.
Yeah,
quarantine stuff. But anyway, so like we're into post game analysis, and going around getting feedback from everybody, and then we got rated. We got rated by Wanderlust RPG, and fantastic guy. I've been hanging out in his channel for a couple weeks now, and he brought over a rating crew of about 11 people.
Yep.
And several of those folks followed, and then some additional people did. So I just want to give shout outs to Wanderlust RPG. Woo woo. Yep. Thank you so much. Saint Valentino, Sir Scuttlebutt, a Capricious Gamer, and then a Capricious EV, A Jimenez 1263, Pop Tart Squirt Brigade. I still love that name, Pop Tart Squirt Brigade. And then XOXO 2640, and I think I got everybody on the list.
I believe so.
Yeah, there were a couple more that followed the week before, and I should have wrote those names down, but I just I got in such a rush today to get. I had to do some overlay work. I had to get because we put the old overlay up, and so it had Amadi and Valen Nightshade on there for character names. So made some changes there. All right, enough of that. So shout out to all those folks. Check them out. I've got a lot of them. We auto host when we're offline, so whenever they pop up, if you come to our homepage and we're not online, just have a look and see who we're hosting, because we like to cultivate relationships with really cool streamers, small streamers, and trying to help each other out.
Yeah.
And in fact, like, that's what we're trying to do, is build our community. You can see our follower goal at the bottom of the screen here. We're about 8 people away from reaching 50, and once we hit 50, we can apply to be affiliate. Yeah. So we're super excited about that.
Yep.
So Deacon, tell me about the Crusade game, because I know you were excited to get back into that.
Well, I am very excited to get back into that. I'm really kind of sad because now the whole new variant is probably going to be messing that up, which is a bit of a shame, but it's better safe than sorry. But yeah, today was the first day of the Crusade. There was a pretty good crowd there. And I didn't fully lose for once. So
you weren't a loser for the first time.
Well, not a full loser. I still lost only on a weird rule in the mission. Yeah. But
like a little technicality.
Yeah. Or whatever. So there were
tiebreaker, right?
Yeah, it was just a tiebreaker. So it came down to who has more models on the table, and my biggest squad in the entire army is 6 people. And he's got 2 squads of 20. So
of 20 what? What was he playing?
Eldar.
Eldar.
So yeah, okay. He's got 2 squads of 20 Guardians, which is all right.
So are they all infantry, or?
Not entirely infantry, but they're pretty cheap. They he had a Farseer, which is kind of it's kind of like a leader for them, but also a psyker. Kind of like think of your, what are they, the plague caster, malignant plague caster, kind of like that.
Okay. But not a psyker, almost.
No,
like
no,
a psyker?
he's a psyker.
Okay, they are a psyker.
Yes.
I was going to ask if they were.
He had 5 psychers in there, which is crazy.
He had 5 psychers.
Yeah, because they have they're kind of like Thousand Suns in a way, where it's okay, this is a squad, but the leader of the squad also has a psychic ability that he can use.
Yeah.
So it's okay. They're not specific characters like the plague caster.
Typhus has that too.
Yeah. But imagine if the Plague Marine champion in a squad was a psyker, Yeah. It's like that. So he had
Berserker.
Yeah. He also had a Wraithseer, which is just unfun in a 50 power level game, because
I like that word, unfun. It's unfun.
Yeah, it's basically a giant war walker that's got a massive sword, and is a psyker, and has a missile launcher, and it's a whole bunch of fuck you wrapped up into a ball.
So is it like a knight, effectively?
No, it's dreadnought sized. But
okay.
Yeah, I don't know, it's put on the table this tall.
Okay, alright.
It's pretty
well,
small.
Yeah, you said Warwalker, and in my head I was imagining how
yeah,
No,
a knight is
comparable to
that knight is 40 power level.
Yeah?
Yeah, just about.
Oh, yeah, so, yeah, that's right. I got to keep remembering that, looking at Crusades, that you're not playing by points.
Yeah, no, it's a much smaller
by power level. Yeah.
Yeah, so, for example, one,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
One, squad of 10 guardsmen for my Imperial Guard is, 2 or 3 power, and that's it. So, because they're cheap. So, a squad of a squad of Space Marines, a squad of 10 is, I think, squad of 10 is 5 power. So, yeah.
Okay, so he had 2 squads of 20 Guardians each. So 40 models on the table.
Plus a Farseer.
Okay. Oh, it gets better.
Yep. Those models, the Farseer, the Wraithseer. There was another one that's a shorter, less psychic version of the Wraithseer, and I can't remember what it is.
Okay.
It's basically a walking gun platform. It's got it's like a turd on legs. Turret.
Okay. I thought you said a turd on legs.
That's kind of what it felt like fighting against it.
It's like a turd. You said turret.
So he had those. He had 2.
Mr. Hanky walking around.
I can't remember what they're called on jet bikes. It's kind of like the one that's up there.
Okay, like the Eldar one we got.
Yeah. Pretty much that. Just the Craft World Eldar version of that. Both of those were psychers, and a squad of... I can't remember if they are Dire Avengers or Dark Reapers, which suck because it's like 4 shots at Strength 8 or Strength 9, AP 4, 3 damage each. Like flat 3 damage.
Wow.
So it was just tearing through my buggies.
And you were fielding?
I was fielding my orcs. And it was so fun. It was also a bit of a challenge because I don't actually have the codex or the other rule book that the specific rules for my army are in.
Guts.
Yeah. So you know how they do like the war zone?
But you have the power of the orc belief behind you.
Yes,
the power of you can do it, and you did practically.
The power of orc belief and the power of a very nice Russian website.
Website. Oh, anyone know? Yeah. Did you like virus scan your phone after that? Oh.
It's on my computer, and then I just took screenshots of it. So yeah, you know how they do the Warzone books where it's like, you know the Warzone books where it's like, here's your codex, it's got all of the rules in it, but here's an additional $60 book that's got like rules for 5 different factions, and you need this for your army, but it's only 4 pages that you'll actually use.
You only need this much of this.
So out of I think the
several mortgages later.
Yeah, out of I think it's like nearing 100 pages in Warzone Octarius Critical Mass, there are 2 pages on the Orc Cult of Speed, which is what I use. So I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna buy that. Because 2 pages, $60.
Yeah,
that's
$30 a page.
Yep. Well, I mean, you get like 80 other pages.
Well, I mean, the back to back, so it's technically 4 pages. It's 2 leaflets, but it's like this side, that side.
Oh, I guess if you're doing it like that, it's like 3 pages, like 1 front, 1 back, and then 1 front.
Oh, okay.
So not even.
But
4.
still, if you count it as like data sheets. It's 3 data sheets.
There are no data sheets in there. It's just
okay. I'm using this term loosely.
It's like
2 loose leaf or 2 leaflet pages.
Yep.
Right, but only 1 page is double sided, and the other one only has 1 side of it with the information you need. So 3 pages of information, 3 data sheets.
Yep.
So divided by 60, carry the 1. $20 a pop. That's ridiculous.
Yep. So
that's really genuinely all you would need out of that, huh?
They have rules for other orcs, which I don't use. They have rules for the blood axes. They do look really fun, though. They have...
I'm not condoning it, but I can understand why people like scan this shit and put it up on the internet.
So the blood axes look fun. They're like the sneaky gits. So they have...
Oh, my heart skipped a beat. Yeah. I love the sneaky gits.
They have... you know what an Auspex is for the Imperials?
Yeah.
It's it's a motion detector like the one in Aliens. So they have they have a relic that you can give to your warlord, or that you can give to whatever character can take a relic, and it's a looted Imperial Auspex that they call the fight detector.
Detector.
So you whip it out, you go looking for a fight.
The fight detector.
They also have the straight shooter, which is like an orc sniper rifle, which is insane. To think that an orc would ever value accuracy, but there it is. They have like stealthy boys. They have commandos.
Like otherwise you'd think that they would just believe they could hit the target. And hit it, The power of orc belief.
They have commandos, which is what the guy was running as Steel Team 6. So, anyways, out of that entire book, like 3 pages. Jeez. But Cult of Speed. It is so fun. It's like
I'm so sorry. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, so I'm yawning. I apologize, viewers.
It's like Fantasy Orcs meets Mad Max. So it's a whole bunch of orcs with like...
You're speaking my language.
Yeah. It's a whole bunch of orcs with all sorts of ramshackle weapons. They got axes, chains, pipes, like bats, all of that stuff. And they're orcs, giant orcs, riding these giant motorcycles with these ridiculous machine guns bolted to each side.
Or holding them up in the air, like it's nothing, like it's a lollipop.
So, as it turns out, they have 2 these things called Daka guns, which I find amazing because, Daka is the orc word for shoot. So it's just shooty gun. They got 2 shooty guns.
2 shooty
So they got 2 shooty guns each, and if you're within half range on that squad of 6, that's 60 shots out of a single unit.
Oh my god.
And if you're not within half range, it's like 48 shots or something like that.
It's a pretty good volley.
It is, yeah. Especially considering I have 9 of them. 10 of them, because 11 of them. Yeah,
Sorry,
I was. So it was the
How out of 60 shots?
Well, okay, here's a couple things. One, I was only firing like 30 shots out of the squad because this is where I was having the issues. Battle Scribe.
Yeah.
Battle Scribe completely screwed me over.
Now
So,
tell us about that.
Battle Scribe has all of the different rule books on there, all the codexes.
Okay.
And what they do is they take a codex, and every time that somebody updates the codex, because, you know, they don't always get it right in the first time, every time there's an update, they increase it. So orcs have 2 codexes in Battle Scribe. One was on version 29, and one was on version 117. So I figured, okay, version 117. It's the newer version.
The newest because
Turns out that is the 117th update of the old codex.
Of the first volume.
No, not the first volume of the old codex from
which would
4 years
essentially be
ago.
the first printing.
Yep.
The original codex.
Yes. The 117th version of the book that came out 4 years ago.
I'm sorry.
So it ended up being version 29. That's the newer one. So I've got that all switched over, and looking at it now, it's like, oh my god, these are more powerful than I ever realized. Because it's like, okay, all of these bikers have objectives secured now. Okay, that's awesome. They have, they can advance and shoot. That's cool. They have, like, double the amount of shots. That's really cool, you know? So it's like, I can see how I totally would have won if I had known this. But,
you would have been laying down some massive firepower.
I would.
Well, the good thing is at least Dan at Misty lets you, you know, do your roster over without, like, you know, making you pay the requisition point.
Yep, that's true, and that was really nice because I was like, shit, I'm already losing this match, so I'm not going to get any requisition points for it. So then I'm going to have to dip into, like, the ones I already have or wait till I win a match. But he was like, it's an old codex, don't worry about it. So.
And didn't she also say that somebody else made that exact same mistake just a week or two back?
Yes. Yeah, funnily enough, it was the other orc player.
Yeah.
We's not known for our brains. We's got the guns, though. So, yeah. It's,
We's known for grumping.
I think there's gonna be a lot of that lately because we also have 2 custodian players in the league, and
Did they do the same thing with the versions of the codexes?
No, but they're getting new codexes that haven't come out yet. Their new codexes just went on pre-order like this weekend. I think yesterday.
They're gonna
actually
have to do their whole rosters over.
Yeah,
they shouldn't be charged. And like, I mean,
no, well, and that's what they agreed on was like, you know, your codex is going to change. You didn't choose when it came out,
right?
So
I don't mean charge for the codex. I mean charge the requisition point to redo your roster. Yeah, because it's out of the player's hands.
Yeah, exactly. So they're like, don't worry about it. We can sort it all out. You know, chances are you won't really have had many games in by then, so you won't really have a lot of XP or you won't have many upgrades. So it's not going to like completely screw you over, screw somebody else over, you know, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. It was really awesome to get out and see everybody in person. The other orc player, as it turns out, was wearing the exact same shirt as me, which we got...
Get out, Cannibal Corpse.
Which we got at the same concert that we were both at that neither of us realized we were at.
Oh, that's
so
hilarious.
That was kind of cool.
Is that the one that was at the Majestic? Or,
yep. That was at the Majestic.
Yeah.
Because that was the tour that they were headlining for their 3 decades.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
That was...
2017. Came up in my Facebook memories.
That was before...
the heart attack.
Slayer. The farewell tour.
Yes, also before Slayer.
Yeah.
Because Slayer
that was the second time we saw them.
Yeah.
Cannibal Corpse.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Nothing like good heavy metal for a 40K game.
Yep.
bolt thrower though. Like
they're the kings of
yeah,
that. So
yeah. I'm gonna do it. I'm itching to do it. Let's see if I can make it.
I don't
You
think
didn't empty the recycles this week, so
Hold on, that's tomorrow. Or
let's see.
I
Here we
emptied
go.
them. Nice.
2 points.
Nice.
Unless you want to call it a 3-pointer. That was the craziest one I think I've made.
I call that a 3-pointer, man. You bounced it off the fridge. It like landed up there. I thought it was gonna get stuck on top of the fridge. Yeah, I thought it was gonna stand up like. Yep. I would have given you 4 points if it did.
If you're watching for the first time, we've got a little mini fridge in the game room off of the camera here, and next to that is a little garbage can. And like every stream, I just can't fight the urge to take my empty soda can and throw it in there. Like off screen, 10 out of 10. I make it every time. 11 out of 10.
Well, I'd say like 9
well,
out of 10.
it bounces when there's too much stuff in there. It bounces out. But
to be fair, I know you hate that.
Okay,
to be fair, I did empty the recycling earlier this week, but I also did just throw out a whole bunch of empty sprues
I'm not
and all that when
on
I was
you.
cleaning
I
out
know.
my
It's
bench.
just, it fills up quick. We
it
go
does.
through
It's
a
a
lot of
small bin.
But anyway, the point is like we were talking about like
Can.
if we make it big and we get like we start getting tips and donations and subscriptions, we're gonna get another camera and we're gonna put it on there. We're gonna get a little suction cup basket to stick on the side of the mini fridge, so that way when I throw the cans, I can try to make a hoop shot.
Yeah.
That's gonna make it infinitely tougher if we do that though, because I've been looking at the mini baskets and they're only this big. I mean, that's like.
Yeah, but that's where the challenge comes in.
It's like trying to, like crap in a sinkhole from like 20 feet away, basically. Like. But then if we had a camera on there facing down, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be.
And then you could see.
You could do it like the ring.
Garbage.
You could do it like the ring lights.
Yeah.
Mount the camera on the fridge above the net.
Yeah, I'd have to do some physics calculations based on like the angle and the trajectory that the can goes flying across the room and into the can, whether or not it's going to hit the ring light and the camera. I'm sorry if I bored you there.
I've just started tuning you out.
But you notice how polite I was when you were telling me your orc stories and your 40K stories, and I only yawned because like my eyes right now feel like a ton of lead just pulling my curtains down, my eye curtains.
I don't know why, but my very first thought was like, were you cutting bits off an old mini or something? Why do you have lead in your eyes?
I probably do. God, like I'm old school gamer, so I used to have to deal with those metal minis. But speaking of metal minis, like how much of the stuff now, like in your army, this is a really tough question. How much of your 40K stuff is metal?
At first I was going to say which army. Not a whole lot, but there are the stuff that is metal, and this is why it doesn't make up for a whole lot of it. Really, the only metal stuff that I have are characters, like Mephiston and the Sanguinator and all that. Lemart. All of them, like the Blood Angels characters. I have an Ultramarines captain that's metal.
Didn't you have a Robuti too? Robuti?
He's resin.
Guillemon?
Robute Guillemon.
Oh, the other one is resin?
Yep, one's plastic, one... no, it is actually the forge...
Oh,
It is the actual Forge World one, but it is broken in some areas, so...
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah. No, it's...
Battle scarred.
Yeah, battle scarred. It's, no, it's real Forge World, which is surprising. I was,
yeah, I wasn't sure if that was metal or not. I don't remember picking it up.
No, it's heavy, but that's because it's like a giant chunk of resin.
Yeah.
Especially the base. He's standing on like a marble floor, and it's like this thick. His chunk.
Yeah,
of the base.
I know. It's like 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
Compared to the one that you bought.
I mean, shit. Like his base, the thing he's standing on, is as tall as some of the other Marines. So.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. So like
I do have actually a squad of Steel Legion, whatever the fuck they're called. I think it's just Steel Legion. Armageddon Steel Legion. They're Imperial Guard. And those are metal because they were getting permanently retired from GW production,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, "Hey, these are going away. You're not going to be able to buy them anymore from us. We're going to be doing one last run of these. If you want them, put your order in now." So, I got those back in like early October, and they shipped like a week before Christmas. So,
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because like that stuff eventually comes back around 20 years later, 30 years later.
yeah.
So by the time you're my age, shit that's going on a print will be coming back from GW. Special, re-release, limited edition.
Yeah, you know what's funny?
And then your kids will be like,
You know what? You know
like,
what's funny about that?
I'm starting my 7th army.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
I'm so proud of you. So, Eldar, as you may have heard, just got a huge new model update. I mean, they
Yeah, you
updated
mentioned
like
that. The
everything.
first time in 24 years or
Yup,
something like that.
24 fucking years. And to celebrate that, you know what they did? They re-released the old 3rd edition starter set that had the old Monopose Eldar in it and the old Monopose Space Marines. So it's exactly that. It's like, as soon as you get older, and I wasn't alive then, but still, it's like, oh, look, this set that they said would never be made again is being re-released for a celebration, you know?
That's GW.
Like,
I mean, that's,
it's
like
not
part
surprising,
of
but
it's like
just
part of their
funny.
whole marketing
Yeah.
plan and strategy is, and a lot of people do that, it's called beating a dead horse. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
if you can keep getting money out of it, keep doing it until people are like, all right, enough, we're done with it. But the thing is, it's like the way they do it, it's smart because they wait for new generations that are going to be like, I really wish I could get this, and I'm going on eBay and I'm paying a fortune.
Yeah.
And they're like, throw them a bone, we'll re-release
Yep.
it for a little. We got all the molds, or we got the
Exactly.
masters, or whatever.
Yeah.
They probably take really good care of that stuff. I don't know. I'm making a lot of assumptions, but it seems like, at least, for as long as I've been gaming, they do the same thing. It's just cyclical. It's like this. It's like you go forward, you go big circle back, and then you
Mhm.
go forward, and big circle back, and you go
Yep.
forward, big circle back.
It's like when they...
It's not necessarily a bad thing because
Yeah.
it gives some people a chance to get some of that really cool stuff.
I was also gonna say it's kind of like how they released their like special limited edition Black Templar Codex, and what made it limited edition and special was the fact that they used the 3rd edition box set art for the cover of it. So it's like, get this brand new limited edition special one-time only kit that uses the same art that we used for a set back in 1993 for the same army.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good looking codex, so I'm fine with it.
Yeah. And the nice thing is I that's one game, and I'm not going to bore the viewers with this whole backstory, but I've been through this with you dozens of times, and the whole backstory of why I avoided it for so long, and I just didn't want to
Yep.
sink all that money into it. And that's definitely one game where I don't think I would have lasted very long once they started cranking out the codexes.
Yeah.
And there was a point where they're doing them pretty quickly, and I'm like, no, glad I'm not in that game. I remember friends getting pissed off because they had invested so much money
It's
in
like,
the books
damn it,
and the minis.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you had people that were in their game stores. I don't blame the game stores. They got nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
The people who worked there, but there were people who were being dicks. They were like, I just paid $250 for this whole unit and that unit and the other and blah, 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 blah. I can't even use them now because they're no longer playable by the rules. And, I'm like, well, did you not do any research on GW and Citadel? And,
Yeah.
I mean...
The thing that I like that they do now is instead of saying, you can't use this anymore, all of your models that have this are just invalid, you can't do that. What they do now is like, okay, this is going to Legends. That means it's not going to get updated rules anymore. So wherever it is when it went to Legends, it's staying there. It's always going to have those rules, but you can still use it. If wherever you're playing is okay with you using Legends options. So it's like we're not going to put the effort into updating rules for this weapon or whatever, but you're still able to use it. It just may not be as good throughout the however.
Yeah, well, they do that now,
So-
but they didn't. There was one
No,
point in
yeah, I
time
know,
where
that's
they
what I
didn't
was
do it, and
saying,
it was like
like-
you were just screwed.
I know.
So you
That's
were
what I was
sitting
saying.
in your basement at your
Yeah,
game
okay.
table, like, playing with yourself, like you did when you were a kid. Pow, pow, pow. Pew, pew, pew. Arr! But you had to be careful when you laid them over because of
Yeah.
that, like, awesome paint job you did, right?
Oh yeah.
And you're like,
I
I will
did.
come save you. Right?
Yeah.
And then, like, this overlay comes over several decades later. you know? And then they're like, okay, we changed our mind. We're gonna bring these back. We're gonna let you do it just for limited time. On the second Tuesday of the third month of the year, when the sky is clear and the moon is in full, is that waxing or waning? Waxing.
Okay, fine
whatever.
now.
Yeah, you know the difference between waxing and waning?
No.
One is in full bloom and one is dying. It's waning.
Okay, I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
It
Poetic
was in
terms,
the
waxing and
Karate
waning.
Kid.
That was wax on, wax off.
Oh, maybe I was thinking
Wax
the wrong thing then.
on, wax off.
Yeah, I was close.
Which was actually pretty accurate, the way he taught him to do it. There's two different ways. You can go inward,
Anyways.
block something inward, or block something outward. Wow. I didn't do wax on, wax off. I got to beat a wooden dummy. That hurt.
I would imagine so. Were you just like punching wood?
Punching a wooden dummy with, well, you saw Spike Spiegel do it in Cowboy Bebop.
Just can't remember
It's
when.
in the not the sequence, the first episode. He's
I don't remember
practicing on
that.
the training
Yeah.
dummy. And then the other thing we had to do was, like, you hold your hands tight, you hold your fingers tight, and shove them into a barrel of rice, and then you drag them out. And you make them like knives, and you stick them in, and then they start with rice, and then they don't tell you what they build up to, like little tiny stones eventually.
Really?
So you're like, but then by then you can like hit somebody and make sushi out of them.
Interesting.
How much of that's bullshit?
If I was paying more attention, I'd be able to tell you.
The making sushi part. The rest of it's
Yeah,
true.
I
It
figured.
was pretty tough. Anyway, so that's cool. That's a cool story. I really thanks for sharing that.
Which
And the one about the Crusade game.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was like, oh, don't tell me all of it. Save it for the stream because we're gonna be doing 40K, the 40K topic tonight.
I can tell you another
Um,
fun story about the Crusade.
What's that?
It wasn't from our table, it was from the table behind us.
Uh-huh.
This dude, this poor motherfucker, he was playing Necrons, and he was fighting a guy playing a Dark Angels Terminator list. So everything on there was a Terminator of some kind. And, oh my god, he put 20 Necron warriors against this guy in the close combat phase. Didn't do a single point of damage against one of his Terminators.
Wow.
Yep.
Really? He
Yep.
couldn't land anything that stuck?
Yep. Nope. Not a single thing.
Man.
Because he, I can't remember how exactly it went, but it was his commander, it was his captain. It was like a Captain Terminator armor, and he had like Artificer armor, which increases your save by 1. And then he used some stratagem that the Dark Angels have, and I can't remember what it. Oh, he also has an invulnerable save because he's a captain. But then he also used some stratagem that they have where it's like increase your save or increase your invulnerable save by 1 for this phase.
Mm.
So it's like, okay, I know that I'm about to get beat up on, so I'm going to do everything to buff the shit out of this guy so that I don't, you know?
Yeah.
But
I want to just go give him a hug. I mean, there's the whole, like, Omicron thing and all that, so that ain't going to happen, but I just feel bad for players like that.
yeah.
Was it that they were just, like, terribly mismatched?
No,
Or, like-
no, because he actually was doing pretty good against the rest of his army. It was just like, okay, there are a lot of guys here, and they're about to kill this guy, and I want to keep this guy alive, so I'm going to spend, like, the rest of my command points, I'm going to do, like, everything that I know how to do to make this one guy unkillable.
The Terminator.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Alright.
he still, like, knocked out some units and some other stuff from the rest of the army. It's just he had 20 dudes on that one guy and couldn't get any damage in. Just because it was like, okay, we need to take you off of this objective, you know? But he was like, nah, I would like to stay on this. So, it's that kind of thing.
I've seen a lot of people play over the years, and I've seen like some really crazy stuff on the table. I've seen armies that were just, you knew right from the start they were completely mismatched.
Yep.
This is why I like Tom when Tom runs games at Noble Knight and he tries to pair people up,
Yeah.
like you'd go good with this person
Yep.
because of what you're playing and what they're going to table. And that's the way it should be. But the reality is, at the same time, it's such an open game. Anything could happen that you should, you should be able to go. You got 2,000 points, 2,000 points. Take it to the table, see how you do. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. And that's just the way it is, But I've seen some games, like I said, where you're just like, oh my God, people just get annihilated, and you're like, 60 shots, and like, you're rolling Blatch Factor, like, don't roll one.
Yep.
It's.
I got to use that today. It was amazing.
They were what happened on your opponent?
Yeah. So his army, they're Craft World Eldar. They are, I think, from the Uthway Craft World, and basically what that means is they're Uthway. It's like
Uthway?
ULT.
Like Igpay Attenley?
Sure. It's like ULTHEWE or something like that.
Okay.
It's an Eldar Craft World.
Okay.
And basically what that means rules wise is his entire army has a 6-up feel no pain. So anytime they take a point of damage, on a roll of a 6, they don't take that damage.
Like
it's
Kraft
like
Mac and Cheese World?
Sure. I was gonna say it's like the old Disgustingly Resilient. So there was like one guy that I really wanted to kill because he was the last in the unit, and if I destroy the unit, I get an XP bonus. So I was like, I'm gonna try to kill that guy. So I did 2 damage to him. Rolled his first die. He got a 6. For the second one, because they only have 1 HP each, for the second one, if he failed it, the guy would die. I killed the squad. If he'd saved it, the guy lives. Somehow. So he rolled it, and it was spinning, and it was spinning. I was like, don't roll a 1. And he was like, what? And I was like, oh, don't roll a 1. And then he rolled a 1, and I was like, yes. I was like, I can never tell him why I said that, or I'm going to get kicked out of the store. Bringing magic in, but,
Yeah, it's the Blatch Factor, and if you don't know what that is, the whole story started with a friend of mine back in Michigan, James Blatch, who like just has the most terrible luck when it comes down to really needing to roll, and we used to tell, just don't roll a 1, and what would he roll? A 1, which is critical failure most of the time. In our fantasy RPG it was, but yeah. So what's next? Like, when's the next Crusade game gonna happen?
They're thinking of doing it every weekend, but you don't have to show up every weekend. So I feel like I had something going on next weekend, and I can't think of what it was. But it just, how when it's like, oh, I think I'm doing something next weekend. Maybe I'm not, So I have to
something
check.
Something with your friends?
Honestly, I'm blanking. I can't think of it. So
I can't think of anything coming up family wise. I mean, you're turning into Mr. Social Butterfly, so yeah.
Which sucks because now we're going back into
there. Yeah. Yep. Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe we'll see. I have a theory, and I don't want to talk about it too long because we're getting close to the top of the hour here.
Is this your theory about how like the alien reptiles and the government have created COVID in order to like?
Tell you what, man, that thing there, their internet, and they're all black helicopters.
Yeah.
No, but it's about the mutation, this Omicron mutation, and how like. What's interesting is, I know now, I'm not kidding you, 20 to 25 people who have gotten sick with it and have been diagnosed with COVID and confirmed, yep, it's Omicron. And every one of them
it's like a light cold.
Has said it's like not necessarily like a light cold, but like a cold. In some cases, a bad cold. So, my sort of thinking is, well, shit. Maybe the best we can hope for on this planet is that it mutates again, and then it's like a cold, like a
Well,
rhinovirus type of thing, and then it becomes
know,
like as common as a flu.
yeah,
Oh, it's flu season and it's COVID season, so
yeah.
be sure to drink your vitamin C, and which doesn't work, by the way.
No, I know.
I just read a really
Yeah.
great scientific study
Well,
on that. So.
here's a bit of proving your theory and a bit of disproving your theory. It has mutated again. I mean, it's doing that constantly.
Beyond Omicron?
Yes. I mean, it's doing that constantly. There were like 20 other variants that came out of Delta alongside Omicron, but the others died off fairly quickly.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
There are, if I remember correctly, hundreds of strains of COVID, and most of them died off like pretty quickly. Not many actually become a big strain like Delta or Omicron, but a strain has come out, or it's mutated, where Omicron now is, and I may be getting the science wrong on this because I didn't fully understand the article. They used a whole bunch of big words. But Omicron is basically like catching the proteins on Delta, and it's like linking them. So you're catching both.
So it's like the Borg, it's assimilating.
Yes, it is, which is kind of scary.
That is, because if that's going retro, like if it's going backwards to get the nasty stuff from the previous one,
yeah,
because it's mutating into this weak thing, like, oh, we're not gonna live. Hey, wait a minute, it's reaching back and grabbing on. That's pretty bad. Intelligent, but not good
I don't
for
fucking
humans.
want it to be intelligent.
I know, but it's genetically programmed for survival. All viruses and bacterias, that's their main job. It's just survive.
Yeah.
Split, mutate, assimilate, exterminate.
That's probably better. I was gonna go into like assimilate, like Skinny Puppy, but then it's like that's copyrighted, and
I've seen a lot of people singing on their channels, and it gives me hope.
On Twitch, it's not as bad, because on Twitch, what happens is YouTube, the copyright detection algorithm, that's automatic. It scans everything when it goes up or as it happens.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, like every time I upload one of our VODs, it's like, you will not be notified of any copyright violations until after your content has been uploaded and scanned. And it's like,
but on Twitch, there is no algorithm to detect for DMCA stuff. It's all people reporting it.
Yep.
But the thing is, we upload, like, if we did not upload these to Twitch, we could play music and we could sing.
YouTube.
If we did not upload these to YouTube, we could play music and we could sing, and we basically effectively wouldn't have to worry about copyright strikes. Because I've seen streamers with, I'm not kidding, Ludwig, he used to watch just TV as part of his stream. He would throw on a show and just watch that.
Right. Or you're doing a hell of a lot of video editing, and you're chopping those pieces out and then uploading the other ones.
Yeah, exactly.
But I can see why people use YouTube to put other stuff on there. We have some folks, some friends and family that are a little older, and they don't have Twitch, so they go to YouTube and they ask me. They'll PM me and they'll say, "Did you load the video to YouTube?" I'm not going to say any names, but say, "Yep, yes I did. It's up there now." They'll go watch it. So we don't get a whole lot of. We only have 11 followers on there. Like so, ours goes to 11, and we don't get a lot of views on those videos. But it's I was told it's good to have a YouTube channel, so we did it. We set it up. Plus, if we ever do the stuff we want to do, like in the summer, like the medieval weapons testing,
that would be fun.
And I don't know what else we talked about doing, but
Cave Goblin.
Cave Goblins. Badge. Yep. The Boy Scouts Cave Goblins.
Oh yeah, the Boy Scout Cave Goblins.
So they can get their little green explorer's badge, and so we're getting it's about 8:49. Do you want to start the break now, and then we'll come back and we'll broadcast from the workbench? Because that's about 15 minutes.
Just about, yeah.
Go grab some rum cake. Got some fantastic rum cake still left.
How much is left of that?
I would say slightly less than 50%.
Okay.
And I know that because I opened it up today right 5 minutes before dinner, and your mom chastised me. we're getting ready to eat dinner. I said, I'm well aware of that. I said, I want this little tiny slice, and I did super thin slice. I said, I just got to get a little bit of something in me because
Yeah.
I've been cutting my portions back, which translates to I've been cutting my calories back by default because the smaller portions I eat, the less calories I intake. So by the end of the night, it's like stomach is like sounding like something out of the
Yep.
thing, you know.
Alright,
Okay,
so
viewers, hang in there for a little bit. We're going to take a break here. We're going to take like a 15-minute break, and when we come back, we'll be broadcasting from the Workbench.
yeah.
Where again, we're going to be trying out a new camera configuration tonight. We're really excited about that. Hopefully, it'll improve that segment of the stream, and you'll be able to actually see what we're working on.
I'm hoping so too.
Whereas before, you couldn't really see that, and so that's that. So tune in 15 minutes, and we'll be back. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Black Dragon Tavern. I'm your host, Dante.
And I'm your host, Deacon.
And here we are at the Workbench.
Yes.
And I can see over on Deacon's phone, it looks like
it's working.
The cameras are working pretty good. That's good. Look, we're both in the shot here in the center cam, which is the new addition up there. And then we've got the close-up cams here. How does that look if I get my hand in there?
Not bad. That's
Here, let's see. Let's get this giant GW giant in there. Oh, I can see there's a little bit of a delay. Yeah, that's pretty good. Not terrible.
Yeah. So
shows off the detail pretty good. I'm actually gonna switch my phone over to the stream in case we have anybody chatting, because I did that last time and people were chatting away. I'm like, "Oop! Oh yep. Shit! I missed it."
So I wanna take this opportunity with the new cameras to show off some cool stuff. I've got it's a bit of a struggle to figure out where is the focus on the camera, you know?
Yeah, because there's a delay, and then of course, by the time you get it put in the screen, it changes. But that's good.
So I've got some Ultramarines that I'm working on right here. Trying to figure out like where is the best place. Yeah, that's not bad.
This guy on.
It's kind of hard to see that. I've got a lieutenant there. I've got a whole bunch of stuff. I've got a Vindicator that I'm working on.
God, how long's that been on your bench?
This?
Yeah.
About 10 minutes.
Oh, you just put it up there recently?
Yeah.
I need a haircut. My hair's
some other stuff I want to show off just because. Yes, you did.
I did what?
You don't have the chat open.
Oh, no, my window flipped.
This?
See?
Yep. This is Zuzu.
Yeah. That's our little girl. That's the little game room mascot. That's my little princess. Zuzu.
Alright, you can go down now.
Got her just before my heart attack.
Oh,
yeah. And then she took to me. She was, after 20 years of owning cats, finally the first cat that bonded with me. I'm gonna get my.
All right. I'm gonna take this chance.
I think this is what I'm gonna be working on today. I'm just gonna get this in the screen here.
Yeah, there you go.
Deacon got me this for Christmas. It's a box kit by War Games Atlantic. Declined and fall of the Imperial Roman War. So roughly 3rd century to 4th century.
Yeah.
AD.
It's pretty cool. Also got I just want to show off minis now.
Second or third, I should say.
Got this guy here. That's a bit close.
And all these screws are identical.
Guardian of the Lost. He's pretty cool. He is a chaplain. It's got a skull shoulder pad. You can see it. Kind of see it there. What else?
That's pretty decent. You're excited. I know you're excited. I can tell you because now you're showing off your minis. Whereas it was a struggle before because you couldn't get them close enough to the other one and it didn't have a really good focus.
Yeah. I've got this, it's getting washed out from the light there.
Yeah, the color is, but it's such a beautiful paint job. Like I said, it looks like that polished aluminum in real life.
Yeah. You
put a varnish on that, not necessarily a gloss varnish, but...
I know what you do with Warhammer minis, but what do you use the other minis for? Everything. But he uses most of his for the tabletop game when we do that in person.
Yeah, so I run fantasy RPG, or I was running one in real life before the lockdown, and I've got several shelves. I'm sure maybe you remember when you came into the game room, several shelves of minis that I use on the tabletop, and we do some pretty elaborate 3D setups with buildings and terrain and all that. And so yeah, I mean, I've always got use from, like, somebody goes into a dungeon and they encounter a cult, and let's say it's got 10 cult members. I've probably got the figures for it. So orcs, goblins, all kinds of fun stuff. And these Romans, these are going to be town guard because I needed to bolster up my town guard. I didn't have enough
for when we inevitably get into trouble.
Yeah, when you stagger out of a drunkenly out of a tavern at night.
I need to find a card that I can use here that is not filled with personal information.
Is that the same body? Dude, that's hilarious. It's the same body but the opposite, leaning on the opposite leg. A couple different poses maybe. Yeah, what the hell? Gonna start cutting away. Grab this. And I've been collecting for a long time, like since I was 12. So 42 years. I forgot to get those snippers, Deacon.
That's true. Amazon.
Maybe I'll get those this weekend. There are a couple other things I needed to order that I gotta take measurements for. I've also got to look up the name of the stream and the streamer that I was watching the other day. I was telling you about her. She's an artist. She's doing some really fantastic work in acrylics. And she was like so cool. She's like, yeah, so if you have a stream or anything, you want to put the URL, just go ahead and put it right in the chat. I was like, no way, really? And she said, do you have an IG? So I sent her the IG link.
I remember that. I actually do know her name, not off the top of my head, but because she followed us on Instagram.
Yeah, and I can look it up, probably. That's the easiest way to do it. She was checking out the pictures there, and I said, my son, she's like, you're a master of the washes. And, I was like, thank you. I said, my son's running circles around me in that respect. Because you are a man. You're like totally outpainting me.
Thank you.
You know, at the age that you're at, when I was that age, I was nowhere near as skilled.
Don't eat that.
I was doing big oil paintings and stuff, though. I wasn't really doing a whole lot of miniature painting.
She's trying to eat the coat on the back of your chair.
Oh, Zuzu, you can't. There's, I know it's fiber and all, but like that's not the right kind of fiber you want. They are the same body pose.
I mean, you've got 24 of them, so...
Yeah.
Let's see.
I'm about to make it a rave up in this mother. I'll take the 24 and I'll try to do 24 different poses just to be like chaotic.
Yeah, it's cool. I want to start with this guy. No. I'd like to start with this guy.
These are going to be interesting. I see a whole lot of pieces snapping off, I think. But I don't want to spend the time pinning these.
Huh.
So that's the thing. How do I... If all the screws are the same...
Healed.
Maybe I should pull them out and take a look.
Oh, man. I fucked my finger up the other day.
What'd you do?
Cut the cuticle. I was shaving a bit of a mini and it went like whoop.
Dude, I'm glad you said that. Like, I was shaving a mini. I was going to say, what the hell are you shaving your fingers for?
I got like hobbit hands.
Hobbit hands.
Alright, let's see here. Let's break out a... Oh, shit.
If you were a loose hobbit, what would your name be?
If I was a loose hobbit?
Yeah.
What's a loose hobbit?
Hodo.
Oh. God damn.
Sorry. Couldn't help it.
That's the stupidest thing ever.
Yeah, okay, that was pretty bad. Yeah, so these are all the same body types. That means if I want to do a leader, I'm going to have to do something unique. Don't reuse it for the others. Did you see that picture that I sent you, Mom, the other day of the polar bear with the cub hanging off of it?
I think so. Yeah.
That was super cute. Little cubs biting the mama bear right on the butt, hanging on, climbing up the mama bear. Okay. These are the two I trimmed. It's gonna be trimmed.
God, these have been sitting so long without paint that I gotta like blow dust off of them.
I see. So if you're tuning in for the first time of the channel, welcome. We are Black Dragon. I'm the host, Dante.
I'm Deacon.
We do this every Friday and Saturday
For the
from
most part.
8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Central. And then every other Friday, we stream from 8 to midnight because we play Dante's game. That was our season opener last night. And we had a couple of guests that joined us, and they are going to be a regular part of the stream when we play that. Dante's game is a fantasy RPG set in a pseudo-medieval world of low magic and burgeoning technology. So, kind of cool. I've been developing that for going on 42 years this year. And then in the off time, the alternate Fridays or Saturdays, we do this. We broadcast from the Workbench, where Deacon builds, I would say probably exclusively 40K models, and I do fantasy models. And we talk a lot about 40K.
I remembered what I wanted to talk about the Crusade.
Oh,
probably the biggest and most important thing about it that I completely forgot about.
Yeah, what's that?
So you can choose an agenda to do in a Crusade, and that's basically like a little extra thing you can optionally do on the side to earn bonus XP. And it's like, you know, select a mini or select a unit and select an objective marker, and if they are within, or if they're on that objective marker at the end of the game, they get 4 XP or whatever. And orcs, specifically the Cult of Speed, that's what I'm playing because they're all on vehicles and whatnot, have probably my favorite agenda in the entire game, which is called, like, Stun and Tricks, or Stylish Tricks. So basically it's like, in order to do it, you have to advance and finish your move over 6 inches away from where you started. Alright? And then you forgo your shooting. You cannot shoot any of the weapons in that unit. And instead, what you do is you start doing tricks. You do like wheelies and like flips and whatever the hell you do. And you earn bonus XP for doing tricks on your bikes and all that.
Okay.
It's awesome.
That sounds pretty neat. I wonder. Funny, one of these heads has a mustache. Everything okay there?
Yeah.
Did you almost spill some paint?
Almost. Look at what happened. Pulled the cap off and the little plunger came with it. So
I'm sorry, like right before we were breaking to switch to the bench, we were talking about what was next. The Crusade. When's the next one at Misty?
Again, it's every weekend, although I'm not sure of those how many weekends I'm going to be going to. So,
Yeah, yeah, and it depends, I guess, a lot on how Brian decides to handle that at the store.
yeah. Well, everybody so far, it seems, has been pretty good at staying masked up. So
That's good. If you're in the Madison, Wisconsin area, you probably, and if you're a 40K player, I'm sure you know about it, but check out Misty Mountain Games and Diversions up on Cottage Grove Road. They do all sorts of games on the weekends and that. That's a good place to find a group to game with.
Thin.
Okay, so this is going to be one of those, like...
They're asking both of us, do we prefer painting minis or assembling them? Personally, I would have to say assembling minis. But it is a...
Polar opposites. I
Yep.
hate assembling minis. I like painting them.
I love painting them, don't get me wrong. It's not like I like assembling, but I don't like painting them. I love both, but I think my favorite part is assembling them because recently, within the last year or so, 2 years maybe, I've been getting really into doing kit bashing and all that, and just like swapping parts, doing custom sculpting in some areas, and it's given me a chance to really make my minis my own minis, like a step above just painting them in whatever colors I want to paint them in.
Yeah,
So
that's always a good thing.
and
That's
especially I think, especially because they're armies, it's like instead of just having, oh yeah, this is my army, it's the same as every other army, just a different color.
There is something to be said about that. Absolutely. When you customize a miniature, it really truly does become your miniature. Sorry, I'm kind of stuttering here because I'm trying to figure out like why this dude's head looks kind of goofy.
Too big?
No, it's one of those things again where you gotta kind of line it up and cover up the piece, where it just sits. Otherwise, there's a ledge, and it's like, why is there a ledge where his neck should be? And if I put that like all the way there.
Another thing on the topic of painting versus assembling, I think by far GW has probably some of the best mini kits that you can get, and especially as far as customization options go. And because of that, you wind up with loads of spare bits and loads of extra stuff, but also there's just a lot of posability in the minis themselves. Whereas, like, those Romans that he was doing, like he said, they come as, the bases come attached, and there are, like, the same repeated poses, whereas with some 40K minis, it's like, okay, the torso glues onto the legs separately. Sometimes the legs glue onto each other separately, and you can, like, hack them up and do all of this stuff. And, yeah. Speaking of assembling minis,
Kitty!
look at this biker.
Hi, sweetie pie. Oh.
Trying to figure out, like, where I can hold it, where it's...
She's going into hiding mode now.
Yep, hiding under my side of the bench.
This is gonna be...
Yeah, it's hard to see because of the shine of the plastic.
That won't be too terrible. Okay. See, my phone keeps bugging out like that.
That's weird, and it's only your... Well, I guess yours and Mom's now, huh?
I guess, going back to your question, I spent a lot of time when I first got into the hobby. When you bought, they models were all made of metal back in the 70s and 80s, and I was a kid in the 70s, so turned teen in early 80s, so I don't know, 83, something like that. And then they started making metal miniatures out of another material. Originally, they were lead. They were mostly lead based. So you would get these nasty looking. They look like somebody took a fishing weight, if you've ever seen a lead fishing weight, and beat it with a hammer and like a chisel and said, "Hey, it's a wizard." It was all, it was just bad. They really were not attractive. And then the sculpts started getting better. Then they had to change because the laws changed. The federal laws across the U.S. changed, and they would not allow any manufacturers of things that can be considered a toy to be made with lead. Um, and these were, of course, toy soldiers, is what they fell under the category of in the industry term for retail industry. They weren't called fantasy miniatures. I mean, they were, but as a product, but as a national category for taxation purposes. Anyway, I'm digressing. Then they changed the formula to this like tin lead alloy, and it reduced the lead amount. And they had to put a warning on there that this product contains lead. Uh, and they finally got rid of that, and they went over to like a whole tin alloy kind of a thing.
Then to resin.
But they were really brittle, and the metal was ferrous and porous, and it was nasty, and the sculpts weren't that. You couldn't really get the detail that you could with lead because lead's so malleable. Then they switched to the first ones were resin, and they were like crap. They were bad. Mm-hmm. You lost all the fine details and chain link and buckles and buttons, straps on different things like backpacks. And then they got better at it. They got better. They changed the plastic, the polymers that they were using. They did like plastic and resin blends, these special polymers, and then they were able to get the capture more of the detail that you used to be able to get. And nowadays, it's really impressive how much detail you can get out of a plastic or polymer resin miniature. But I do like when I don't have to assemble them. It just makes it easier to spray prime them and then get it right on the workbench and start working on it right away. Let's see. There goes my camera. Boing, 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 boing. So where is that coming out of here?
Oh, shit.
Is it me, or is like this arm that's pointing? Does it look like it's missing a joint? Like it's too short? Like that's gonna butt up against his shoulder. I'm gonna try it, but
I don't know. I guess I'd have to wait to see if it's on the mini.
I hope Jeff enjoys the game. Like I've got so much stuff in there that I think he would like. Um, and I'm no military expert, but you know how I sort of like formed the city guard. They're kind of like the Romans, legionnaires. He's big into that too. So, you know, Like, I hope he doesn't say, oh, that's wrong or this is wrong. I'm not trying to go for like 100% historical accuracy, but it'd be cool if you could help me get a little closer. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because I don't know the names of all the, all the positions all the way down. Like, Legate. I know a Legate is in charge of a legion, I think. But, like the whole sergeant, lieutenant, colonel, major. Yeah, wow. These really, they would benefit from having, like, pips to pin them in place. Because it's just flat. There's nothing there. But, okay. I'm going to have to factory reset my phone.
Seriously?
Yeah, because it keeps doing that thing where the videos auto-rotate. It's really frustrating. So I'm trying to be mindful of chat so I don't miss any chat messages. But it's
I can keep that front clear.
Did you get a chance to chat with Griffin today?
Not much. He was working most of the day, so. Fuck no. That's in my eye.
Yeah, see, okay, that's gotta go up a little higher.
Okay, I will slightly amend my answer to that question. I like assembling minis more, except metal minis. And resin
I
minis.
was waiting for that to come out.
Yeah, I wasn't really thinking about it, but yeah, I hate metal minis.
See, how does that look? Hold it by the base. Does that look too short? Anatomically, it looks a little weird to me.
It does.
And those are the only body types. I mean, there are no other poses that.
The whole thing looks kind of weird. His head looks too big.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? I mean, on the table they won't be that bad because they're just going to be filler for City Guard. Okay. Not going to dwell on it too much. He says now.
Yeah, after dwelling on it very much.
Is that the same pose? Looks like the same pose. I could do that one. Could do that one. Cut both of those out. Because I've got 57,000 of them. Normally, when we're not streaming, if we're painting, we've got music blaring in the background because that really helps when you're doing this kind of stuff, especially if there are steps in the process that are tedious, where you're painting the same things on different models.
Yeah.
Everybody has a red cape, everybody has green pants, everybody has, when you're doing an army. And this is why I don't paint armies. Shout out to D Minecrafter, my bestie Chris. Oh, Zuzu. What are you doing down there, girlie? Where's my kitty? Come here, baby. Oh, hello. If I thought you wouldn't wreak havoc on the bench, I'd put you up here. But, you know, cat. Cat's gonna cat. She's walking all over the paints, knocking stuff over. Giving me more gray hair.
I'm not gonna be able to work on this guy tonight.
Which one?
Tech priest. No,
Okay.
tech marine. Because I'm running out of super glue to glue them together with, and I just don't want to mess with metal minis right now.
Are you shitting me? What happened to my other pack? Did you use my other pack?
Yeah, I had to use it.
Oh
Gonna get you more though.
God, how much are you going through, dude?
Enough to assemble about 2,000 points worth of models between the sisters and the orcs.
Probably like $2,000 worth of models is more like it. Here's your pro tip for the week. Invest in crazy glue, because he buys tons of it.
Oh yeah, stock's going up.
God.
If you're still in the stream, and I don't know if you are still in the stream, do you recognize this one? Turn the brightness down a bit, hopefully. No, that didn't do anything. Oh well.
They said I do.
Yeah. Awesome. Glad you recognize it. Now come back and finish it.
Jeez. A little demanding there.
You will paint the minis. Well, these guys are probably just about done with that stage. Oh man.
That's a weird pose. Oh yeah, I'm not using that one.
You fell into the thing.
Yeah, I saw it out of the corner of my eye. Invite me over then, nerd.
Oh no, that's not the color I'm going to use.
Did you see that last message for you?
Yep. Very patiently ignoring it.
That's so wrong. I really hate the smell of super glue.
Yeah. Yep.
It's noxious. Fantastic product, though. Oh, now that I get that glued on there, I see this. Shit.
Little sprue tag.
Yeah, and I can get it. It's just like...
You got it glued on. You don't want to like put too much pressure on it.
Right. Don't want to
Yep.
like ram the X-Acto blade into the piece that is glued.
Need a bit more red.
So these are gonna be the fiddly project. These are gonna be the ones that are like, you know, one stream and I'll get like 2 of them done or whatever.
What, like the goblins?
I don't know why it took me so long to do those goblins, to be honest with you. I don't know, man. I wasn't feeling it. I was just like...
Which is funny because you talked about them for so long.
I know. I was so excited to get them because I had been waiting for years to pick up another set. Okay, so they all... So he is not going to get a shield. Maybe he will. But he's going to get one after. What the hell is he holding in his hand? Huh. don't know what the plural of gladius is, but I love that they've got actual gladius swords in there too. Oh, Zuzu. He looks so plain to be. I think I might change that head out. I think that's what's bothering me.
Oh, is he supposed to be your leader?
Yeah. But he needs like a cape, you know, he needs like cool stuff like that.
Shit. Oh, that's annoying.
What's up?
I just had a cape out here that wasn't attached to a body, nothing like that. It was just a cape. Probably would have fit on there too, but I don't know where it is.
Well, there's this thing, but I don't know where it goes. You know, because again, these don't come with instructions, and the pictures are kind of shite. That. Oh. Snap. Snap your fingers. Well, I mean, I guess I could look at it this way. If the need ever came up, decapitations would be super easy with these minis. Wow. Oh, you're chatty tonight, aren't you? You know, I would tell you to come up here, except for, like I said, I think you would wreak havoc. Okay, so the challenge with the new setup is I keep bumping my head into the camera, into the, not the camera, but the
light.
Yeah. Lift that up a little bit. That's not too bad.
I just realized that whole, like, overhead camera, seeing what I'm painting is kind of useless when my hat is just getting in the way of it the whole time.
I was wondering about that. Oh boy.
There she goes.
There she blows. Where are you at, sweetie? I see you in the mirror over there. So, oh, that's how that goes. Well, shite. Hi, baby. You climbing up over there? Oh, no, you don't. No, sweetie. I can't let you get up there. I will pick you up, though. Ready? Here we go. Very gently. 1, 2, 3. Oh. You don't have to wash my face, but I appreciate it. So sweet of you. Such a good kitty. Deacon look. You just wanted a little attention, didn't you? Giving yourself a bath. No. Yuck. I really do need a haircut. Well, we don't really have any rubber bands down here, do we?
I don't think so.
What are you gonna do, sweetie? What are you gonna do, huh? What are you gonna do? If I let you down, you're gonna be okay? Can I do that? Oh. Such a good kitty. Okay, ready? I'm gonna lift you up. Okay, ready, baby? Oh. As soon as I started leaning down, she like goes, claw in one shoulder. Oh. Gently remove those meat hooks. You've got some talons there. How about if I hold you like a baby? You want me to hold you like a baby? Oh, you know what I'm trying to do, don't you? You know what I'm trying to do, don't you? You clever little girl. You clever kitty. Where's Deacon? Where's Deacon? No. I don't need face baths. I appreciate it, but I don't need a face bath right now. I'm kind of stuck here, dude.
That sucks.
Could be worse. No. Oh, Suzu. Oh, okay. Wait. This is starting to hurt. Okay, You're gonna have to take those claws out, baby. Okay, ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. There you go.
Gotta keep this away from her.
What is it?
It's the cover for my wet palette. If she gets fur in there, then fur gets in my palette, and then
you don't want fur in your palette.
Nope, because then if I start to paint, it's on the minis, and it all goes downhill from there.
Don't want it to go downhill from there.
Nope.
Okay. Let's see. Got that. Actually, do it this way. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So here's what stinks. I like these miniatures a lot, and I really appreciate that you got them for me. But now that I'm building them, I'm getting excited. Like, ooh, I could do this, I could do that. But the ridges that go on the top of the helmets only go on certain helmets. Like, you can't put them on any of the Leggett helmets, so the leaders won't have that really cool plume, you know?
That sucks.
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, this is like, you know, that's the thing, is this is the set that's like late period Rome during the decline and fall. So they were a little lax in their discipline. Their outfits were a little different. They were starting to evolve. They were a little less regimented, I think. But it just looks so plain. Like, all right. I could really go for listening to some Ministry right about now.
Yeah.
You know what would be really cool? I don't know how they would do this. They could figure a way to do it. Kind of like they did with cable television. If somebody like Spotify did a deal with like a major record label and said, let us do a deal where streamers can use
Spotify.
any of your music.
Twitch?
Spotify. Well, it'd be better if Twitch did it, yeah. But like if somebody came along and said, you know, let us do a blanket license so our users can play their music on Twitch.
Yeah. Fucking hell,
And then like you pay like a... Well, I mean, would you pay $3 or $4 a month? $5 a month? You know, to be able to stream music like for Ministry, Cam FDM, you know?
If I streamed more, probably. But seeing as I don't really stream super often, I don't think I would.
Fair enough.
That's already a nice step in the right direction. Oh shit.
Good save.
Save? I dropped it. I didn't
Did
catch
you?
it.
Oh, I thought you did. I could, out of the corner of my eye, it looked like you caught it, but maybe not. Here's another dilemma I'm having where I can put these guys together. I'm going to want to paint them before I put these shields on. These shields are massive. Once I do that, I can't get anywhere inside to paint the body.
You know what I would say then?
What?
Leave the shields on the sprue.
Yeah.
Then prime them on the sprue. And spray, paint the minis, glue them on when you're done.
Yep.
And then paint the shields.
That's kind of how I'm thinking as well. What's going on tomorrow?
Sunday.
Oh shit, Sherlock.
A couple people are coming over. We're doing a thing for your birthday.
Oh
Making
yeah,
hot wings.
forgot about that. I wonder if we'd have time to run up to Michael's.
Yeah. They're coming over at 4:30.
Is that confirmed now?
Yep.
As of when?
I don't know, man. Mom just told me. She's asking me to have the bathroom cleaned by then.
Okay. Okay, that's kind of late, but...
Well, it's like a dinner thing.
Yeah.
Like, evening.
That's early for dinner, then. That's senior dinner.
Man.
It's a birthday party.
Yeah.
So I thought it would be a little earlier in the afternoon, and people just have hors d'oeuvres and, play games.
The hors d'oeuvres are chicken
cocktails.
wings.
Well, the hors d'oeuvres are all the stuffs that she's making. I need inspiration.
I don't like painting these vents.
Yeah, okay. Oh.
What's up?
Zuzu.
Oh, she's gonna jump up at least.
Okay, he's gonna have to wait for a shield. Do a couple of spearmen. I don't know my pilum from my speedum. Do you mind shutting your fan off? Or do you need it on? It's
I
on.
kind of need it on, but I can try to move it.
I just get so dried out when it's running. Shaving the nubs. It just sounds dirty and wrong. you call those anyway? Sprue nipples?
I call them sprue tabs or sprue gates.
Sprue gates?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like the gate where the model connects to the sprue.
Deep, philosophical.
Yeah, sure.
Release the energy from your chakras and open up your sprue gates. And this, XOXO, is why I hate assembling minis, because it takes so long sometimes.
And if you have a bad kit, or a kit that's not fun to put together, you know?
Oh, those Minotaurs, or Satyrs, or whatever they were that I got. These are actually not that bad. They're just not going to be, they're going to be solely dependent upon the bond that's formed when I glue them, because there's nothing holding them in place. No built-in pins like we talked about last week.
Week before.
Or week before. Couple weeks ago. It's jinx yummy.
No.
I thought... Where the hell are those arms? With the spears. Yeah, there we go. Okay. That's the Vindicator you're working on?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is this is actually what I had proxied as one of the buggies in my orc army today.
What are you going to pair that up with? Which unit and which roster?
The Vindicator?
Yeah.
So this is going in my old school Ultramarines army that I was kind of telling you about earlier.
The one you're going to paint 90s style?
Yeah.
Sweet.
So this is going in there along with... I can't tell if the stream dropped quality or if it was just my phone.
Well, I don't know. I think it may be just your phone. Because mine seems to be cooking along here pretty fast.
Yeah.
Nobody in chat though, except I think.
No, I don't know if they're even on anymore. Anyways, yeah, it's going in the army. Whole army is going to be like this style. So
let me see that. It's like, God, I swear to God, man, I picked this up and I have total flashbacks.
Yep.
To the 90s.
So the cool thing is, I've got a lot of old minis that are going in there too.
I love the brown on the holster. That's really a nice color brown.
Oh, Sarah's still here. That's cool.
There are some people here. Look at this. Oh yeah, I've got 5 viewers in chat.
Wow.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to the Black Dragon Tavern. If you're out there lurking, feel free to pop in and chat with us. Or if you just want to lurk, that's cool too. No pressure. That's really, yeah. I really dig that. I mean, like, it just reminds me so much like. Oh, you're giving me all these guys to look at too?
Yeah, just the sculpts or whatever.
Yeah. Super cool. Let's see. Oh my god, that's metal.
Yep.
Yeah, we were just talking about that earlier. Are you repainting this one?
No, I'm gonna just add on to it.
Oh, my sweater's a mess. You got kitty fur all over me.
Christ.
We just got a new follower. And I've got the stream I can't even see from here.
Huns in my area.
Thanks for the follow, Huns in my area. Appreciate it.
Huns.
Puns? Oh, I thought you said Huns, which
No.
is, either one's cool. You know, hey, man. Just thought of a new username. That's pretty cool. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate the follow. We, Deacon and Dante, and we do this every Friday and Saturday from 8 to 10 p.m. We alternate those. So like every other Friday, we play fantasy RPG that runs from 8 to midnight. And then on the off nights, we'll either broadcast from the Workbench, where Deacon works on 40k stuff and I work on fantasy minis, or else we're playing something from the tabletop back there behind Deacon. I'm just having a time getting this little nub off of here, this little sprue nipple. That's what I'm going to call them. Serious question. Did you just eat the paint off your brush? Did you?
No.
I missed it. Did you?
No, I washed the brush first.
Oh.
So I do that, learned it from him, really. I wipe the brush off, you know, clean the brush is already clean here, shape it there, and then just do that to reshape the tip of the brush so it stays in shape.
It's the best way to get the tip back into shape, and I know it's kind of gross, but we usually change out our water several times a night. But cool shit, bro. I dig. There's also a product we use. It's like a real gentle soap that helps clean the brushes, and it sort of like does double duty. It's a conditioner and a shampoo. What the fuck is on my finger? And that's really good for restoring brushes, especially if you're using like sable brushes.
Yeah.
The non-synthetic ones really keeps the.
I've seen people lick glue sticks, so not really that nasty. Mm-hmm. That I don't get.
Could be Tide Pods. Could be worse.
Yeah, true. Alright, let's see here. Is this going to do the same thing? Oh,
so one thing we're doing here that's been taking forever and a day is we are considering spinning up a crusade campaign on stream.
Yes.
And
yes.
Deacon wrote actually a freaking, what was it, 10-part series? 10-part crusade?
I guess you could say 10-part. It was 10 different, it was just 10 battles that we could do. I listed out 10 different missions.
Balls. It's not going to stick. This is where, like, using pins would be great on this, but I really don't want to spend all that time on 24 foot troops pinning stuff. It's like, welcome to the pinning broadcast.
Welcome to hell.
Where all I do is drill and pin and drill and pin. God damn it, I got a hair stuck in there too. Oh, good, came out. No, you know, you bastard, you're gonna be the one that's gonna just argue with me, aren't you? Shave that down a little bit. Those that Call to Arms set you got me was really cool, Deacon. I really appreciate that.
Oh, the Skyrim one.
The Skyrim one, yeah. The Skyrim.
That was cool looking.
Or Imperials, not Stormcloaks. Oh, shit! I'm running out of glue too. Thanks to somebody on this stream.
I mean, here you can use this. Not sure how much is left in there, but I don't have anything that needs to be assembled at the moment.
Okay. Well, let me see how this holds up here. Should have put his head on first. Speaking of, let's see what I want to do there. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll do this. Some puns in my area. You a 40K fan? Do you do any hobby stuff like that? Do you paint, kit bash, build minis, play tabletop games? It's funny, I had a thought the other day when I was chatting with somebody. A lot of times it's like NASA, like, you know, it takes several minutes for the transmission to reach the space shuttle or whatever, the space station.
To get back, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, they got me in here. I want to do, like, out of every set that I get, I want to do at least one mini that looks like me. I think that'd be hilarious.
I mean, you've got the Hero Forge one that, like, is you.
Yep.
So.
But I mean, couldn't you see that? So I need a head for that one. Yeah, we'll do the same helmet type. These guys will be like gates to the city guards. What's the next holiday? And I don't mean like Hallmark holiday, like Valentine's Day.
I have no clue.
Easter? April?
Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, my birthday.
Oh shit.
That's like all I know.
Your birthday's holiday?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
I don't know if we get time off for that or not.
I don't think we do.
I think it's a floating holiday for us. Federal places do. Banks do. State agencies, city agencies, federal agencies. That looks bad. That looks goofy as fuck. Gotta reglue that.
That sucked.
Schools get the day off, but it also depends on the district. Yeah, I think I could be wrong, but I thought they did the same thing. They treated it as like a floating holiday.
No, we got the day off for that.
You're a public school though, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Something just cut out over there. It's not the cameras here.
What'd you do, Zeus?
It's the Logitech camera in the middle.
Yep.
I can go over there and screw around with it if you want.
Yeah.
Is it giving you any kind of error or just what's it doing? Okay, give me a minute. This Derpy McDurpus in here. His head looks so goofy. Alright. I will be right back. Susie's gonna make me trip.
Move here, Zuzu.
Yeah, it's not liking that for some reason.
Weird. Hey, no. Don't do that, Zuzu. I'm thinking she might be the issue. She's batting these cords around.
Did it
Did it update? No.
I wonder if it came unplugged.
Oh.
Which makes sense because
We heard
it's
the plugging in noise.
making that noise like when I plugged it in, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this kind of sucks because I was really hoping that this was gonna hold up here as far as cameras go. Oh, and you know what? Slobs is frozen.
Wow.
Yep. So, god damn it, we're like dead in the water here.
I mean,
I can't.
stream is still up, which is important.
Yeah, that's the good thing is like we got 2 cameras going there, but this is. This is not a good thing.
You know, the microphone is still working, right?
I know, but I'm over here, and you know, I don't know if it's picking me up or not. So I wonder, like, if it's worth looking into OBS to replace this.
It is, yeah. I actually mentioned that you should do that before.
Well, I was looking into it, and then like I don't know, just didn't get around to finishing. It looks like more complicated than Streamlabs.
It is, but it's better.
Yeah, there's really nothing I can do here. Okay, screw it. I'm just gonna keep working. And that really sucks because I don't know. I know chat's working, so that's good. And it looked like at one point Akio Ari was in. So hi Ari, if you're out there. Got it running in the background or whatever. Good to see you. That's the other thing about like not having the laptop over here near the bench where we can actually see what's going on. Makes it difficult to interact with folks. Oh, yeah. Dude, no way. Really? Am I going to have to, like, pull out another screw just to get that arm? Because that is a combat position. There's that. That, too, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Okay. That's what they're there for, right? That's the one. There we go. So with that Vindicator that you're working on, I'm sorry, I don't know if I asked you this already or not, but like, do you have that written into a roster, or are you going to have to like...
Yeah, no. Actually, while I was cleaning the bench up earlier today, I threw an entire 2,000 point list together.
That's cool.
2,000...
You're like
well, 1990 points, I guess.
Busy little bee, eh?
Yeah.
Alright. Ditch these. Oh my god, my eyes are so red. Oh, kitty, kitty, kitty. Where are you?
Right down there.
Come on. Come on up. Come on up. Come on, you can do it. You know you want to. Come on. Come on up. Come on. Hop up. Come on. She's like, gonna do it. I'm gonna use your side. Half a pound of flesh stuck in her claws.
Yeah.
Come on, Zuzu. It's not looking too bad. You gonna see if it's unfrozen?
No, it's I don't think it's unfrozen. My stream's just buffering.
Oh no, man, for real.
Yep.
Did it drop? Nope, it's back on. It's delayed. Because it shows you're still wiping. Okay, now it's buffering again. Good God. And,
Also, it's 10:30 already.
is it?
Yep.
Okay, well, you know, I mean, I don't know. We could end it here, but, like, I want to put this arm on here. I feel, like, frustrated, like, damn it. I will do this. I will finish this before this whole stream pukes on us.
Wow. What?
That was hilarious.
What are you eating? Come back here. What are you eating? Jeez.
That was a funny noise.
That was.
Well, yeah. Shoot. That puns in my area actually said "cool shirt, bro." I dig.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought they said "cool shit" because like I was
Yeah.
looking over the top of these glasses because like I can't see shit without small text without my readers. Oh, fucking donkey balls! Come on, stay on there. I'm about to glue my finger to this shit. Watch. Pull it off. Think we should call it?
Probably, yeah.
I don't even know if people can hear our voice, but how hard do you think it would be for me to turn my head upside down and stick my face in the camera here? Hold my beer! Hey, everybody. I don't even know if you can see that or not. It's like, oh, it's just dying all over the place. I'm going to hop on the chat real quick.
Alright. If you can, Streamlabs is still frozen, it looks like.
Yeah, I was able to pop that other message through there, so I guess we'll see here. Let's try it. Well, looks like slobs took a dump on this as well, so we're gonna call it a night. Apologies for the stream puking. was it? Puns in my area, and who else?
XOXO 2640.
No, who just followed tonight? I can't see that. Mom. What is it? XOXO what?
2640.
2640. Keep pestering.
Yeah, I'm the stream. Yep, stream is buffering the fuck. Let me see if. Oh.
What? No, look, I mean, it's, yeah, it's gotta be slobs.
Yeah, so. You can't shut it down from there, just hard move, Peter.
No, I'm just gonna do it from here. Error occurred.
No. Click no.
Well, shit.
Still says we're live. Might just want to hard boot the computer.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna let you do that.
Yeah.
Yeah?
They said, I don't know if you're still doing anything about on cam, but I can still hear you. Yeah,
Yep.
we tried to kill the software. We're gonna have to hard boot it.
Yep.
But thanks everybody. At least if there's audio. Sorry that the stream took a dump, and thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
Thanks for the follow, Puns in My Area. Thanks XOXO2640 for being awesome and hanging around with us in chat. We're gonna call it a night here, but tune in next Friday from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. and we'll be back. Have a good night.